Good afternoon and welcome to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited.
Glam out in the best names and designer frames with Quartz Optical. Buy one stylish frame and get 50% off your second pair. Sport your favorite Armani, Converse, Vogue, and many more frames for less. Get an additional 10% off and pay nothing for 30 days when you pay with Ready Finance. Book your free eye examination appointment online today on www.quartzoptical.com. Don't miss the opportunity to glam out. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Offer available while stocks last. Special conditions apply.
Welcome back to WEFM's Midday News, brought to you with the kind compliments of Court St. Vincent Limited. I am your presenter, Rajiv Providence. First, on the local scene, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment has opened two new smart facilities in the Grenadines: the Selena Cloud and Smart Hospital and the Mairo Smart Health Center were officially commissioned on Monday, 11th April 2022. The opening ceremony for both facilities was held at the Selena Cloud and Smart Health Hospital. Present at the ceremony were representatives from the Pan American Health Organization PAHO, Minister of Health Sinclair Prince, and Prime Minister Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. While speaking on radio prior to the ceremony, Prime Minister Gonsalves discussed the opening of the two new facilities.
We opening today two health facilities in the Southern Grenadines. The PAHO representative for Eastern Caribbean and Barbados coming in. One facility is a Mairo facility, about $1.1 million, and at Union Island, $2.3 million facility. One of these smart facilities, well, both of them are smart facilities. We've been doing smart hospitals and smart health centers.
That was the Prime Minister, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Travel Health Notice has been upgraded from Level 3 to Level 1 by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, in the United States. According to the CDC's website, Level 1 indicates that the COVID-19 risk of SVG is low, but travelers should make sure that they are fully vaccinated before traveling to the country. The website of the CDC also states that even if you are up to date with your COVID-19 vaccines, you may still be at risk for getting and spreading COVID-19. Anyone 2 years or older should properly wear a well-fitting mask in indoor public spaces, follow all requirements and recommendations in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. The change in the Travel Health Notice is a notable improvement on the Level 3 Travel Health Notice issued on December 20th, 2021, which advised citizens of the U.S. to reconsider travel to St. Vincent and the Grenadines due to COVID-19. The COVID-19 update of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment said there are 2 active cases of COVID-19 in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Still on the local scene, the Ministry of Health, Wellness and the Environment, in collaboration with Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund, ICDF, and McKay Memorial Hospital, held a press briefing to hand over training models and invitation letters to the first cohort of SEED instructors under the 4-year Public Health Emergency Response System Enhancement Project, which was launched in November of 2021. The project is ideally designed to strengthen and improve the capacity to respond, enhance the quality of health services provided at various health facilities, including the Accident and Emergency Department A&E at the Milton Cato Memorial Hospital, the Modern Medical and Diagnostic Center in Georgetown, the Chateaubelair Smart Hospital, and the Levi Latham Health Complex, and strengthen public health awareness and efforts across St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Displayed at the press briefing were equipment used for the demonstration and practice of defibrillation and CPR training. They include defibrillators and defibrillation trainer mannequins, adult and baby cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR training mannequins, and video laryngoscope, among others. On to news in the region. Grenadian Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell has addressed the recent High Court ruling on pension and says a committee will be appointed to examine all aspects and make recommendations to the government. This is in relation to the recent High Court ruling that could result in government having to pay a significant amount of money to public servants. Mitchell, speaking at an NNP meeting on Sunday, said he will also address the nation on the issue in a week's time. However, this week they will meet with their brothers and sisters in the trade union movement. We are confident we will find a solution that will satisfy the workers and people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Mitchell said through visionary and mature leadership, dialogue, and reasonableness, they will fix this pension issue. The Barbados based Caribbean Climate Outlook Forum CARICOF says there are concerns over long term drought in the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, particularly from St. Lucia north to Antigua. In its latest Caribbean Drought Bulletin, CARICOF while says that while the month of February brought some relief from the dry conditions experienced in recent months across many parts of the Caribbean, there are concerns now about the prolonged drought situation in the region. There are concerns over long term drought in the islands of the Eastern Caribbean, particularly from St. Lucia north to Antigua. Concerns over long term drought also exist over the ABC Islands, Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, and parts of Belize. Outside of these areas, there should be monitoring of water resources in the northern Bahamas, western Cuba, southern Hispaniola, Puerto Rico, Trinidad and Tobago, and southern French Guiana, CARICOF added. It said a short term drought up until the end of May might possibly develop or continue in western Cuba, Dominica, Martinique, Puerto Rico, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and Tobago. On the international scene, Russian leader Vladimir Putin has said his invasion of Ukraine will achieve what he called its noble aims. Speaking alongside Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko, Mr. Putin claimed that a clash with Ukraine had become inevitable. Mr. Putin said he had been left with no choice but to launch the invasion in a bid to protect the Russian speaking Donbas region. The UN says 10 million people have fled their homes since the invasion began. But during a public appearance marking the 61st anniversary of Yuri Gagarin becoming the first man in space, Mr. Putin insisted that his forces are aiding oppressed people in separatist regions of Ukraine. The Kremlin claims that Ukraine has committed genocide against Russian speakers in eastern Ukraine, but there is no evidence to suggest that this is the case. And finally, in sports, Glamorgan's Australia batter Manus Labuschagne is relishing the prospect of an intense, heated battle with Nottinghamshire and England paceman Stuart Broad. The pair are likely to face off in a county championship Division 2 game at Trent Bridge on Thursday, April 14th. I won't expect anything less from Broad, and you can't expect anything less from me, said Labuschagne. I think James Patterson is back as well. It will be a very heated battle, he continued. Labuschagne, the world's top-ranked test batsman, has arrived from a multi-format tour of Pakistan to play 5 championship matches and a handful of T20 games in his latest spell at Glamorgan. This has been WEFM's Midday News. I have been your presenter, Rajiv Providence. Join us again at 3 p.m. for WEFM's 3 p.m. News. WEFM's Midday News is brought to you with the kind compliments of Courts, St. Vincent Limited.
Happiness is the best deals. Happiness is great savings. Happiness is the best deals and great savings. Only at Quartz. Shop today with no cash and get 30 days to pay with ready finance. Only at Quartz. Quartz, bringing value.